Hey guys, Burning Flies here, and sorry I haven't been making any videos for a while now. I've been busy, I've just been doing stuff. I've just had my exams, and I just never really got around to playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I think I took a bit of a break because I didn't really like Hat really, so sort of just thought I'd take a break. You know, it's a nice healthy break. But anyway, I'm back and I'm doing a video. Today's going to be a discussion video on a card which I feel doesn't get the attention it deserves. I think it's sort of a very underestimated card, yet I feel it's the most busted card in the game so far. And I think it should have been banned like last ban list, either banned or limited, because I just think it's just so good and people need to be reminded of how good it is. I mean, it is old news now, it's been out for a few months. It came out in Dragons of Legend, but anyway, I'm just gonna say it. It's Soul Charge, and yeah, I'll read out what it does. I mean, you probably know what it does anyway, but I'll read it out for those who don't know. So it says, target any number of monsters in your graveyard, special summon them, and if you do, lose 1,000 life points for each monster special summoned by this effect. You cannot conduct your battle phase until you activate this card, and you can only activate one Soul Charge per turn. Okay, so let's see what decks this benefits quite a bit. So it benefits, for example, Light Swarm. I mean, Light Swarm, they're constantly milling most of the time, and they're going to be milling. You know, maybe the Dragon Rulers, if you're playing the Ruler variant, or they'll just be, you know, milling Light Swarm monsters, and you can just Soul Charge, bring them back, make synchros, make XEs, do whatever. Like, so it's good for that deck, and it's also good for Infernity. It's like another Infernity launcher, really, if you think about it, because they are still getting Archfiend's effect when you special summon it with Soul Charge, so that's always handy for them. Mermail is good. You can make plays with all the monsters in grave because they're discarding monsters and whatnot, so that's always good. And they can recycle, you know, Lins and stuff, so that's always quite cool. And then, you know, other decks like Dragons, it means more free special summons, so yep, so that's pretty cool as well. And Sylvans, I mean, like, Sylvans normally with Soul Charge, they can make 2 Fellgrounds on the board, and a Draco Sack as well, maybe. Like, just Lone Fire Blossom's a really good card. So yeah, there's some of the decks which it's quite good in. So let's see the drawbacks of this card. So it says pay 1,000 life points for each monster special summoned by this effect. So it is pretty bad because you're losing life points, but just remember that it's not a cost. Paying 1,000 life points for each monster is not a cost. So if they were to say Solemn Warning, your Soul Charge, you lose no life points. So it means it's a less risky move. So yeah, and also the reason why I feel that losing life points is not as bad as people make it out to be is that I don't feel the game is like based around life points as such. I mean, I don't feel life points decide whether you're winning or not in a way. I feel what decides whether you're winning is advantage. Advantage is the biggest part of the game, in my opinion. That's why +1 Fire Fist did really well a few formats back. And that's what the card does. It means you're just overwhelming your opponent with so much advantage that sometimes they just can't get over. You just can't get over the overwhelming advantage which you've got on them. Like, for example, let's say there's 2 opponents. Opponent 1, 8,000 life points, has not lost a single life point, and then you've got opponent 2, which has got 100 life points, and opponent 2, let's say, used Soul Charge, and now he's on the 100 life points. But then you got opponent 1, which is just relying on the top deck. I can almost guarantee that opponent 2 is winning because he's going to have such an established board that, like, even no matter what the opponent number 1 is top decking, he won't be able to overcome that much advantage on the board, and then eventually the opponent number 2 is just going to keep beating him down for game. So yeah, that's what I feel about the card. I feel it's just a card which brings out so much advantage upon your opponent, which means that you're winning. So it's sort of like a winning card. The life points can be a bit risky, but most of the time it's not too much of a problem. if you use the card correctly. Let's sort of think about this other drawback. It says you cannot conduct your battle phase. So I feel that what make the cards sort of more fair, because like you remember how bad Return for the Different Dimension was when Dragon Rulers were a thing. Like they just use that, they banish loads of their Dragon Rulers, and then late game they just throw that on you, bring out all these dragons, and they can just beat you down for game. So it's not an OTK potential card. It means you do have to wait a turn until you can deal some damage and stuff. But apart from that, I mean, that doesn't really matter. I mean, the advantage makes up for not being able to conduct your battle phase, and I think it works quite nicely with cards like Exciton. I mean, Exciton, your opponent won't take battle damage that turn, so Soul Charge would be beneficial if you wanted to, like, say, make an Exciton or something. So yeah, that's always quite handy as well. So yeah, anyway, that's what I feel about the card. I mean, give me your thoughts, guys, in the comments below. Like, do you think the card is getting enough attention, or do you think it's getting too little attention? And also tell me, do you think it will be hit, you know? Like, do you think the card is good enough to get a hit next format? Like, I personally feel like it should get hit because it's so good, but I just don't think enough people realise that. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Remember to please like, comment, subscribe, and I shall catch you guys later. Thanks.